Alright, let's get into it. I don't want these videos to be like an hour long. The first book that I read in January last year, 2025, was The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. This is Hemingway's first book, and I didn't really like it. Maybe I should reread it because at that time it was the first book I read in a very long time, and it was kind of my first introduction to classic literature, so maybe that kind of put me off, but I don't know. The next book I read was Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. It's actually really faithful to the movie, so there's not really much I can add to this. So yeah, I liked it. Originally, I was only going to read those two books. I only wanted to read about 24 books that year, and that was the whole point. I wanted to read 2 books a month, but I had finished those very early. It took me like 5 days in total to read those 2 books, so I got really motivated to keep reading, so I read a lot more. The next book is Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck, and this book, I read it in one sitting. It was super quick. It took me like 3-4 hours, and I absolutely loved it. If you haven't read it, I would recommend just go read it yourself. It's a quick read. It's an absolute classic. Very sad. It might make you cry. And yeah, it's an absolute banger. I loved it. Now, the next book I read was actually one of my favorite books. This is top 3 for me. I know it's kind of cheesy that this is my top 3 books, and that's Animal Farm. This is a hardcover I bought. It looks really nice. And this is a 10 out of 10 book. It's a retelling of the Russian Revolution, the Communist Revolution, through the perspective of animals on a farm, thus the name Animal Farm. The 5th book was The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. And honestly, it's my favorite H.G. Wells book. And that year, 2025, I only read 3 of his books, his trifecta, which was The Invisible Man, The Time Machine, and War of the Worlds. And this was definitely my favorite. The next book is low-key kind of cheap, I'll be honest, because I only read like the last 50 pages because I had read it. I had started it like a couple years prior and I kind of let it go near the end. So I just picked it up and finished it. But of course, it's The Godfather, like it's a masterpiece. Now, the next book I read is my second Stephen King book of the year, which was The Body, aka Stand By Me, the movie Stand By Me. Rest in peace, Rob Reiner. Now, this next book is quite controversial. I didn't really enjoy it, and it's Treasure Island. I know. Alright, the next book I read was The Death of Ivan Ilyich. We're on book 9. I know. I read actually 10 books, so the next book is the last one. The video's almost over, y'all. Please stay. This book, well, it's in the title. It's about the death of Ivan Ilyich and how he came to struggle with his demise. And the last book of the year is The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It is actually by the same guy who made Treasure Island, and it is a far superior book, even though it is shorter. I also found this at a Goodwill, which is why it's all drawn on. And I don't know about y'all, but this is the first time I've ever seen the cover of a book in like 480p. I don't know why it looks like an 8-bit game.